Coach Canup, I've been coaching 40 years, 12 at Sonora High, 10 at Calaveras, and 18 years at Central Catholic. It's to have something that nobody else has. You know, it's going to be a film room, a meeting room, nutrition, a little gaming center, a study hall for all students. And there couldn't be anybody better to name it after than Coach Glines. It's going to be beautiful. You know, he was a football coach, baseball, basketball. So when you pull in the parking lot, the front's going to look like the Gallows Center. You're going to walk in, there's going to be trophies and things, and it's just going to be, we're going to have, you know, it's one of a kind. Well, we have so many great things at this school. I mean, the softball complex, the Mark Gallo gym, look at this weight room. And that was an area that's just, I walk through every day going, why isn't these two buildings connected? And then, you know, I just said, why don't we connect them? And you know, Coach never, there's nothing named after Coach. And I go, he loved the locker room. He's always, I mean, when I first got here, he took care of that place. So now we're gonna have an entryway into the locker room into there, you know, and it can be used for tons of things, meeting areas. You know, when we have a football game, you know, classes can come in there and have socials. We can have the gridirons along with every sport, you know, doesn't matter what it is, can meet, can have little clinics. It's just going to be a nice area, ties everything together. And to be honest with you, it cleans up all them old containers that I hate seeing every day and the garbage thing. So it's going to be nice. When you pull up, it'll be a nice thing for a great school.
I'm Coach Mike Glines, and I coached at Central for 35 years. And I believe it was 21 in baseball and maybe 21 in football. I'm close, I could be off a year or two. But I also coached basketball for 3 years here, softball for 2 different times for probably a total of between 5 and 10 years. Is there anything else? I didn't do soccer, and in fact, the only experience I ever had with soccer was, you ask, where did I coach prior? While I was still the drill sergeant in my last few months at Fort Ord after returning from a 21-month tour in Vietnam, I coached an 8th grade soccer team, the JVs, and everything I learned about that was from a book, and but we did pretty good. I enjoyed myself with it. After Central, I had a split. 10 years here, and then in '78, I believe it was, I left the school and took a job at the Modesto Junior College as their offensive coordinator. And my greatest time there, it was a wonderful time there under coaches Hoy, Lloyd, Jerry Streeter. My best friend Mick Tate was on the other side of the ball, and we were national champions, undefeated, in my 2nd year there. And I was told by some of my peers that I made a substantial contribution to that, and I really enjoyed that, and it's something we will always be proud of here in Modesto. Coach Canupa invited me to have a beer, which is something he does quite often, and asked me for a donation. And I said, for what? And he said, well, we're going to name a building after you. And I said, oh, here we go again. I said, every time people have seen me for 35 years at Central Catholic, they go, oh, here he comes. What does he want now? It's a donation, raising money for this, a tractor, a gator, a backstop, uniforms, something always. And the people usually did that. In fact, my first year back in '94, we were told they were going to condemn our lights. We needed to upgrade our lights, and we would have to play at Downey unless we got it done. And we had a Rockin' with the Raiders function, and I remember telling the crowd, hey, we got to raise $28,000 in the next 10 minutes. I know we can do it. And we had a little of the money kind of seeded already, but people were looking at each other and go, he's lost it, he's crazy, you know. But we raised $32,000 in 10 minutes and got new lights. And that's one of the reasons I've loved it here. And it's the people, the support, the backing, you know, and even though they think you are crazy, they jump in and they help you with your craziness. Well, more than anything, I'll be honest with you, I don't have to have my name on anything. I'm very tight, and friends, most of my friends are former players, and we've remained friends, tons of us. We're constantly in contact. I play cornhole, a bag toss game, every Thursday for 3 years with a dozen of them, and we just have a great time. But this building will afford the athletes, and you know, it's stressful everywhere, but here maybe a little more so, because every group that comes in, they're saying to themselves, we don't want to be the group that doesn't win. We don't want to let the school down. And academics are tougher here than they are at a lot of places. And you've got to toe the line, you've got to be disciplined, organized, and you've got to keep the grades up. And to have something like this, selfishly, they come after school, maybe let their hair down a little bit, come in, get their studying done, get some private tutoring, whatever it takes. Also, just for team meetings and to hold mini clinics. When I say mini, M-I-N-I, that's a wonderful experience, and you can learn. I used to invite people down from other high schools just to pick their brain. You know, there's no patent in a football play. You can steal from anybody. When I was a young pup, I used to get up 5:30 in the morning. I would watch Eddie Robinson and Grambling football, 5:30 to 6:30. Get my coffee refilled and go back and watch Eric Parsigan and Notre Dame highlights. So two of the best, those were free clinics, you know. You'd pay thousands of dollars to see those people in person, but it's going to benefit the entire community, not just the football program, but every athletic program and things that they want to do at the academic end also. No, not really. Other than the fact that this was a surprise here today and not prepared, just shooting from the cuff. But 35 years of your life, I figure I'm 80 now. I just turned 80, and I've coached for 50 years. And I don't know what else I would do if I didn't coach. I would love to continue, but because of a couple health issues, that's on the back burner right now. But this place afforded me the opportunity to do that. My two boys graduated from here. My brother, who played and went on, graduated from here. And it's really special to be able to coach your own sons and your brother. And we have you see on my pants here, the we before me. And in today's world, and especially at the college level right now, people will leave you for $50 and go to another school, another team. And I've always felt, and I give Jim Pecanino, our former president, credit, when he adopted the we philosophy for Central Catholic High School, we adopted it in our program. And you can very easily take that W and flip it upside down and you got a me. And as long as Central Catholic, and I believe we are and will continue to be that way, as long as we're a we team and not a me team, we're always going to be tough to beat.
Hi, I'm Carter Meeks, class of 2026. I'm a junior, incoming senior, and I play running back in DB.
Hi guys, my name is Caden McHenry. I'm a quarterback at Central Catholic High School. I'm class of 2026.
Chase Perino, class of 26, Central Catholic High School, and I play wide receiver and safety.
I think it's important for us to have this at Central because not a lot of schools have this. That's like rare to find, and it's going to benefit for the students and athletes because it's going to give them a place to watch film. It's going to give them a place to study, eat, relax, chill with your teammates. If you're hurt, you're going to be in the athletic center, most definitely.
I think it's important to have something like the athletic center here at Central because we're a really big football program school, big in sports. I think it would benefit just everything around us. It would make the incoming kids want to come here more, and it would really show them like who we are and create a family here at Central is a big thing. I think that will help like build more kids together because everybody's always going to be in there, whether it's your friends, teammates, classmates, teachers, like everybody's probably going to be in there. So yeah, it would help just relationships with everyone.
I think it's so important to have this here at Central because of just how cool it is to have a high school have a type of athletic center like this. I think it's going to bring around like other schools to see it and just like in awe. I mean, they're going to see the athletic center and be like, oh my gosh, Central Catholic is top notch for sure about this. And I really love it, and I think that most definitely should be implemented here at Central Catholic. One last thing I'd like to add is please get it in before I graduate for high school because I would love to play Madden in there before practice or something and get good nutrition, so please implement it soon.
It's around 350,000. So basically, when this is airing, we'll be at Rockin' with the Raiders, and we'll have a fund to need, and hopefully we get enough money. The Mark Gallo Memorial is donated $100,000 in matching funds, and that's 2-3 weeks away. So we hope we get that, and we should be, if we have a great night, we should be close. Probably 4 to 5 months to get permits and stuff. So we hope it's here by next year. That is our goal, I think the new feature is going to be just a beautiful screen where we can sit and relax and watch film, not sitting in lockers for every sport. You're going to have area, it's going to have a gaming area like college where, we're hoping to get a couple couches. We got to design things, but have a couple Madden games, different games, and then of course have drinks and nutrition stuff. I know Coach Hill has them now up there. We got contacts, so now it'd be there. Kids that can just go in and grab one. And then, of course, a couple coaches' office and little areas. But it's going to be the center of attraction. You're going to have windows facing the JV baseball field, so you can sit in there and watch the game. You're going to have the front where you pull up in the parking lot now. It's going to, have Coach Glines Student Athletic Center right when you pull in. So it's just going to be one of a kind.
How can the Central Catholic community help to make this new athletic center a reality?
Well, all we got to do is get money. No, I mean, really, I'll be honest. We raised the bleachers, $500,000-600,000 to fix the bleachers, and we've raised money for the batting cages and the softball field. And we just need people to help. And I've never seen more generous people than Central Catholic people. People that come here have so much pride. And then we're naming it after, Coach Glines, who started this great tradition of football here. I'm just trying to keep it going, but he got all the hard work he put in it, had great teams, and we're just trying to keep it where he had it. So we're hoping everybody's going to pitch in. Guys coached that he coached, some parents that are here tonight that I'm coaching because their kids or daughters can use it. So I'm excited. I think by the end of the night we're going to have enough money. So when you see this, make sure you give money.
You with me?
Yeah. How did you find out that the new athletic center would be named after you, and how did you feel yourself? I found out because Roger came and asked me for a donation. Yeah.
That's a good one, Coach.
So yeah, it's a fact. Yeah. What makes Central Catholic special? The tuition. My God. Yeah. I'll be okay. I'll wing it. I'll stumble. All right. Let's get it done. It's time to go have a brewski.